right, welcome to Miniature Apocalypse. This is the news episode for March 20th, 2026. Kicking it off with Mantic Games news. Now, this item is a couple weeks old. This article came out on the 25th of February, but I thought it was really important to touch on it because I think it's a great addition to the hobby. It's a battlefield pack, all-in-one fantasy battlefield. So pre-orders for this are live right now. So it's meant to be played with their Kings of War, but obviously you can play it with any fantasy themed game. The new fantasy battlefield pack exists. Simply the fastest way to turn a 6x4 foot playing area into a 3D battlefield with no advanced hobby skills. And that's why I love it. So you look at it here, you can do the battlefield pack, or there's bundles. In the pack, you'll see you get buildings, you get fencing, you get some forests, some hills. Play it right out of the box. These are cardboard houses, and if you've checked out the Halo Flashpoint game, I think it's similar to that. Pre-colored, obviously. All you got to do is put it together. You don't even have to glue it. I love the Halo stuff. I bought the extra terrain packs for it because it's just so nice to be able to pull something out, put it on a mat, and play it. So it looks like this will not be limited edition, but their first release is going to be Kings of War packaging, and then later it'll be main stock, but they don't say when. So right now you can pre-order the Kings of War packaged version or wait for the generic packaging later, I guess. Card buildings, again, I love them. Pull them out, put them together, and you're ready to rock. Hills are made from vacuum formed plastic, which is really kind of cool. That is new. I haven't seen that in a while, at least. So that'll be interesting. What else is cool? You get plastic trees. You get neoprene templates for area terrain. I mean, this really does. You buy the battlefield pack. You put a mat down. You play your game. You can buy it either as the fantasy battlefield terrain pack with just the buildings, or they've got a bundle with the mat. So really all you need right here besides your figures and your rule book is this bundle, and I think that is the best thing for wargaming that I've seen in a while. So moving on for Mantic Games, Dreadball All Stars is live on Kickstarter. So if you're into the professional sport games, this looks like a good one to check out. The models look fantastic. The board looks really cool. The cards look really cool. I'm not really into this type of game, but it's hard to resist. I'm going to look at it at Adepticon for sure, and hopefully I can fight down the urge. But rule set from Jervis Johnson and Alessio Cavatore. My apologies if I mispronounced anyone's name, but you can't beat credentials like that. Again, models look good. The board looks really good. So it might be something worth checking out, especially if you're into this type of game. I love the models. I may be looking at that. Halo Flashpoint, a couple of things about their new release for Noble Team. It's going to include the big team battles, and this is going to allow you to play with 400 to 500 point games on a much larger battlefield, 8x16 cubes, which is pretty much double the width of a normal battlefield. So that's really exciting. Again, I love this game. The cube mechanic is amazing. Being able to just count cubes in your movement makes it really fluid and easy to play. Very, very much a first-person shooter vibe. So I love it for that. Can you play co-op? Yes, looks like if you want to play with a friend and each of you had 250 points. There are now rules that support that method of play, which I like because I like to play with 4 to 6 players. So that'll be nice to see. And then what if I want to play against waves of enemies? Looks like they're teasing something here in the summer for that. So interesting to see. Next up for Halo Flashpoint is Detachments Digital Expansion. So this is going to be a new way to use the ODST models. Detachments, it's also going to be used for the Jirohane. Right now, when you create a list, it's either UNSC or the Banished. This will be able to separate out ODST or Jirohane into their own detachments. So that's interesting to see. Look forward to checking that out. I love the Jirohane models and the ODST models. They're really cool, easy to paint. The Jirohani models are huge, and they're pretty tough. So I've won a few games with those. So look for that in the new Noble Team expansion. Another couple reasons to pick that up when it comes out. All right, moving on to one-page rules. Looks like there's a new narrative campaign for Grimdark Future called The Whispers Below. This stars the Jackals and the Robot Legions. I love to see these narrative campaigns. I'm not a competitive player, so I definitely want to check this out. I haven't played one of these yet, but I really like the Jackals. You can see this picture here, very cool. The models match the art really nicely. So I'm gonna have to check this out. Definitely gonna look at it if they have it at AdeptiCon. New narrative campaign, Grimdark Future from One Page Rules. Check it out. Next for One Page Rules, their rulebooks are now available print on demand from Drive-Thru RPG. Printed versions of our rule and lore books will be available. So this is great for someone like me. I like to have both digital and physical. Physical is nice to have when you want to go sit in your easy chair and flip through, look at the pictures, maybe check a rule real quick, or if you're traveling. And then digital is really nice to have. Obviously, you can pull it up on your phone, tablet, or computer when you're in a different place, maybe at a store playing a game. Sometimes if you're just wandering in the car, driving somewhere, and well, you're not driving if you're looking at your phone, but as a passenger, you pull up the rule book because you just had a question in your mind and you want to look it up. So having both of those available is nice. Looks like you'll be able to do that through Drive-Thru RPG. Some are already available, listed here. I think the Grimdark Future World Book and Age of Fantasy World Book are new as well. You'll be able to buy just the physical, just the PDF, or both. So great option for one-page rules. And then this is interesting, generic naming now available in Army Forge, and this is coming from Tano directly. So it's very near and dear to his heart, apparently. I think this will allow for, from what I understand, the game to still continue on with its own lore and also allow for people to play with whatever models they want. So it's keeping it accessible to both sides of the house, those that like the lore from One Page Rules and those that want to use whatever models they already have and maybe make up their own lore. So I think this is really cool. It'll be available in Army Forge and it'll make that a lot easier. Kind of makes everybody happy. So it's good to see. It's good to see. I was getting a little bit worried that they were going to go way more towards their own lore and lose that ability to use whatever models you want, but that's not the case. And I love to see that. It's good news. All right, so let's move on to the elephant in the room, Warhammer. Join the biggest Warhammer preview of the year at AdeptiCon 2026. Well, we knew that was coming. So looks like Wednesday, the 25th of March is when it'll be broadcast from Adepticon. That is Wednesday. I won't be there till Friday, so I will miss the live presentation, but definitely we'll check it out. All their flagship games looks like they're included. And it's always interesting to see what they're coming out with. And then this one I included mostly because of the model. So new animation, the Savior of Armageddon returns. Armageddon is burning, the orcs are without number. The Imperium's defenders are on the brink, and only one man can wrench the planet back from certain doom. Of course, we all know that is Commissar Yarrick. Commissar Sebastian Yarrick returns to Armageddon with a cool new miniature. And that miniature is very cool. I'm definitely gonna have to pick that up. Pictures look great. It'll be fun to paint. I like how they did the comparison here. That is very cool. Really, really interesting. So again, Armageddon is rumored to be the theme for the 11th edition. I don't know if anything's been confirmed, but this would help support that. There's a new orc war boss as well. So we'll see what happens. A lot of rumors flying around, some leaks flying around. Not sure what it's going to be, but definitely want to keep my finger on the pulse of that. And then this is a little bit older news that I just wanted to bubble up for visibility from Parabellum Games for Conquest. This is the intro to the new edition of First Blood. So I think this is really cool. I love their models. Again, I'm model driven, so this is interesting to me. It's a mechanically brand new game system. So their first run at First Blood was, I think, just quick to have a easy way to get people to buy models and start building armies for the game. But this sounds like something completely separate, yet still has some ability to move into the bigger army game. And what caught my eye was here, and from zero to hero paragraph, this focus on individuality carries over to regiment activation. First Blood utilizes a blend of regimental and individual activation. So I think that's really interesting, being able to activate regiments of the same troops, looks like individually. Every warrior belonging to that regiment is activated one at a time. So I like that. It's kind of a blend from skirmish to army and in between. And I think that will be exciting to check out. So hopefully they'll be at AdeptiCon demoing that, because I definitely want to look at it. I know they have pre-orders for the faction boxes for this. So check it out. Looking forward to trying it. And with that, next Friday, I will be on the road. I will be at AdeptiCon Friday. So I'm going to try and do some shorts maybe on YouTube. And then when I get back on Saturday, I'll pull together a video maybe for Sunday, just going over what I learned at AdeptiCon and giving an overview of that event from my perspective. So thank you again for being here as usual. Please like and subscribe, and take care.